You're with us here on BTTV. I'm Abha Bakai. Let's take a look at the markets this afternoon. Pull up the index for you. We're seeing a spot of green there now after a choppy start, just up 0.2% or so. 80,700 just about on the Nifty, and Sensex at 63,000 again, just about. Kranti Vatini joining us on the show today. Kranti, we had a bit of a choppy start and looks like the indices have stabilized now, but what are the kind of levels you're tracking on the index?
Yeah, it was very choppy start in the morning. But the level on Nifty where we are looking forward was 18,650. That's where market taken the strong support. And from there, what we are witnessing is from there, market is inching upward. We can see some kind of buying interest that emerged, and mid and small cap also joined the party right now. And we can see the complete buying interest that's emerging in the market during the day right now. There are some positives. We can see the emergence of right now the monsoon is progressing very well. The deficit of monsoon, which was at around 47%, that came down drastically. That it's a significant decrease in the deficit. It came to 28%, and in the next coming weeks, we will have a normal monsoon, which is a positive for Indian markets right now. But closely, we need to watch the global cues, how it's going to pan out. But this is a strong rally in the market, and this rally definitely have more legs. And 18,880 is the one of the strong resistance level for the market. If market could able to withstand that level, that 18,880, we can see market can inching further higher, and it can go to 19,000 levels also.
Right. Kranti, is that why we're seeing this action on the auto stocks, the auto index today, as well as the consumer names? Look at Tata Consumer, there's also got a buy rating coming in from Citi. That's probably what's spiraling that stock. But, in terms of the monsoon impact, do you see that playing out across some of these segments?
Yes, absolutely, Abba. As the monsoon progresses well, the consumer theme and the auto theme and the rural two-wheeler theme is going to emerge over a period of time. That's where the action is right now. And we can see some uptick in the auto names as auto indices is trending in positive. Uh, and we can expect some consolidation, but any dip in the stocks, it can be a very good opportunity for the investors to accumulate for a longer term.
Okay, so a lot of other brokerage views coming in. Life insurance company looks like Nuvama's taking a view there. HDFC Life, SBI Life. What's your view when it comes to some of these names?
For a pure longer term basis, Abba, we are quite positive with respect to the life insurance players as they are one of the proxies to the investment avenues for a longer term basis. Both life as well as the ULIP business is concerned for them. And what we witnessed is most of these companies they're changing their product mix from a ULIP plan kind of product mix to they are turning out more towards the high margin businesses like the traditional endowment and term kind of plans. So the margins are going up. But overall, right now, due to the changes in the last budget with respect to the personal financial planning is concerned, these products, these company products are going to turn to be more about the investment products, which are positive for these companies over a longer term basis. But and these stocks have been in a very consolidation phase. If you see last 2 years, the performance of life insurance companies, most of these private sector life insurance companies, they're subdued. And also the big boy, LIC, also it given a subdued performance. Right now, as what we are witnessing is past 2 to 3 months, FIS have turned to be positive in India. And so far this month, what we witnessed is more than around uh, 40,000 crores that have been FIs have been invested in Indian markets. So some kind of FI buying interest also emerging in these stocks. But purely for a longer term perspective, one can chip in to the names like what we discussed.
Okay, one bearish view also coming in on LIC. We've got, of course, mixed views coming in when it comes to that heavyweight. Have you been taking a look at those charts lately, Kranti? Any view on LIC?
About LIC, one thing is it in terms of the financial services is concerned, one of the largest monolithic organization. It have very strong fundamentals, but stock not performed in the post listing. Uh, I can take a contrarian view on LIC right now because LIC majority of their investments in Indian equity markets. It's a proxy for Indian equity markets. We can pursue LIC in such a way as Indian equity market is doing very good, as it's going to do well. One can take LIC because of their presence and prominence in equity markets also. One can take a contrarian view at this point of time. 616 levels looks very attractive at this point of time with the valuations of the LIC is concerned. One can take a much longer term view to take LIC, not in the medium to short term. There might be some kind of headwinds with respect to LIC is concerned, but purely for a longer term contrarian view, one can look the price at this point of time uh, uh, for a longer term horizon.
Okay. We've got commodities a little in focus, but I'm trying to really assess what is moving in commodities. It looks like some of the smaller names, phosphates, this, that, that are actually buzzing on that front. We're seeing quite a big. Is this again something to do with the monsoon, or what's driving the movement here, Kranti?
One thing is we can see some kind of buying interest emerging in uh, metal names also, Abba. The reason is the valuation turned to be attractive at this point of time. So we can see the larger names. We can see some kind of buying interest emerging in metal stocks in the medium to longer term perspective. So investors, it's not for the pure short term play at this point of time. It's also depends upon the global growth. So the metal indices and the prices, the valuations looks attractive for majority of the uh, metal pack right now. So we can see some kind of buying interest is emerging in metal stocks.
Okay, fair enough. Pharma has been on the move, and when we were talking about it late last week, there was attribution to perhaps being a little bit defensive. We saw pharma IT moving together, but today it's not really a combination. It's pharma seeing a momentum on its own. Any particular triggers? Do you still feel it's somewhat defensive or export led? What do you feel is the reason for that movement?
There are a couple of positives with respect to pharma Abba, at this point of time. One is the primary one is the valuations look attractive, and with respect to the uh, 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 reduction of logistic prices and also the raw material prices for most of these APIs. Okay, the input cost has been coming down, which can trigger in terms of the uh, margins of these companies going ahead. And we need to wait and watch how the whole episode of US FDA norms. These are the overhang for the majority of the pharma stocks right now. But overall, the valuations looks attractive. We can see some kind of cherry picking by from some institutional investors at this point of time in most of the pharma names at this point of time.
Okay, you talked about valuations a fair bit today, Kranti. Coming back to auto for a moment, which one do you feel is fairly valued? M&M is up over 2% today. Got Bajaj gearing up with new launches. Even tire stocks and ancillary plays are buzzing. What do you find attractive?
If you see, it's a paradoxical thing in India. One way the interest rates are going up, and the other way our auto sales numbers have been robust on month basis. And if you name, if you have any favorite model, just call up the dealer and say, I want the particular model, and there is a humongous big waiting period for most of the models. That shows the strength of the economy at this point of time. I'll stick to the large cap names in pharma sector, in auto sector, like Tata Motors and M&M, and also Maruti for the long-term investment. And any dip in these stocks can be a good opportunity for the investors to accumulate.
All right. Any other stocks on the broader markets that are on your list, Kranti? What are your top picks before we wind up for the day?
At this point of time, I can see some kind of subsequent buying interest in defense stocks, Abba, at this point of time. Majority of the defense stocks have been forming higher tops. So any dip, the market gives a opportunity. It's a good entry level for the investors. One can have a staggered approach to accumulate these stocks. There is nothing to, no reason to jump and buy at this point of time. But any dip, it's a very good opportunity for the investors.
Fantastic. Kanti, always a pleasure and great to get a smattering of your picks as well. We look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks so much for joining us. Market steady for now. It looks like a decent start this Monday. Thanks for watching. Let's get started, everyone. Thanks for being here today. So I think the first thing, let's just throw this open and understand what the latest trends are and really what some of the key emerging solutions are as we continue to evolve when it comes to the world of EdTech. You know, we've seen some very successful